All right. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and start off where I left off yesterday. So I'm in step 18. Okay. Following accessibility best practices, link the input elements and the label elements together using the for attribute. Use first name, last name, email, and new password as values for the respective ID attributes. Link the input elements and the label elements together using the for attribute. So this one's a for, right? So is it a for equals, and this is the first name, and for the input, we have ID equals, I think it's the same as first name. Oh, come on. All right. And then just got to do the same for the rest. So this one is for equals. What is it? This is last name. And for the ID, it's going to be the same. It's, what is this? Last name. And let's just copy this. No, copy this. Space it here. This is the email. And the ID for this is email. And then this new password. ID equals new password. I think that's it. Let me see. Check. Yep. Step 19. Specifying the type attribute of a form element is important for the browser to know what kind of data it should expect. If the type is not specified, the browser will default to text. Give the first two input elements a type attribute of text. Okay, so the first two input elements, a type of text. We have to go here, and then we set the type equals text. So it says the first two type is text. The third, a type attribute of email. So this is going to be type equals email, because the third one is an email. The fourth is, the type is going to be password. And what else? Type excludes input and warns if the site does not use HTTPS. All right, let's check. All right, pretty straightforward. Step 20. The first input element with a type of submit is automatically set to submit its nearest parent form element. To handle the form submission after the last field set element, add an input element with the type attribute set to submit and the value attribute set to submit. Okay, so the first input element with a type of submit is automatically set to submit its nearest parent form element. To handle the form submission after the last field set element, add an input element with the type attribute set to submit and the value attribute set. Where do I add to handle the form submission to the last field set? Where am I adding after the last field set? So here's one is all of this. And here we have two more. Okay, let me see. Let's put it here. Input. And then the type is going to be submit. Input element, the type attribute set to submit, and the value attribute set to submit. There's a value attribute? What? A value attribute of submit. What the heck is a value attribute? Is it just like this? I don't know. Sub. Oops. Okay. The challenge of some of these steps is pretty much figuring out what this thing is trying to tell you. Or maybe I'm just dumb. Anyways, step 21. At this point, you should be able to submit the form. However, you might notice not much happens. So if we get this. To make the form more interactive, add the required attribute to the input elements in the first field set. To make the form more interactive, add the required attribute to the input elements. So all of these, I think we just add required, right? Required. This is for the first name. required attribute to the input element in the first field set. Well, hopefully this is how we do it. Now, if you try to submit the form without filling in the required fields, you will see an error message. Okay, there it is. All right. Go to the next challenge. Step 22. Certain type attributes value come with built-in form validations. For example, type equals email requires that the value be a valid email address. Add custom validation to the password input element by adding a min length attribute with the value of 8. Doing so prevents input of less than 8 characters being submitted. Okay, whoa. What is that? Anyways, add custom validation to the password input element by adding a min length attribute. So the password, where is it? It's right here. Oh man, it's getting bundled up. All right, so we have to add a min length, and then we set this to 8. Doing so prevents input of less than 8 characters being submitted. So let me see. If we submit like 2, but we have to check this thing first. I mean, let's see. Let's just assume it works. No, please stop. Okay. Step 23. With type equals password, you can use the pattern attribute to define a regular expression that the password must match to be considered valid. Add a pattern attribute to the password input element to require the input match. So here's the regex. Let's copy this. The above is a regular expression which matches 8 or more lowercase letters or the digits 0 to 5. Then remove the min length attribute and try it out. So I have to go here. So how do I add a pattern attribute to the password? Okay, so we do this pattern, and then we set this like that. Step 24, let us go to the next part of the registration form. This section will ask for the type of account the user is opening and will confirm the user has read the terms and conditions. Start by adding 3 label elements to the second field set. So let's go ahead and add a label, copy and paste, copy this, paste. Step 25. Users will be allowed to choose either a personal account or business account. To do this within each of the first 2 label elements, add 1 input element with type radio. Do this within each of the first 2 elements, add 1 input element with type. Do we add it here though? Like inside? Do we nest it inside input? Type equals radio. Do this within the first. To do this within each of the first 2 elements, add 1 input element with type. Where is the second one? Oh, so it's the first 2 labels. Okay. Paste this here. Step 26, for the terms and conditions, add an input with a type of checkbox to the third label element. Make this input element required because users should not sign up without reading the terms and conditions. So for the terms and conditions, add an input with the type of checkbox. So I assume it's okay. We can just copy this, paste it here, and we do check box, and then we set this required. Let's check. Step 27, within each corresponding label element, and immediately after the input element, add a space and add the following text: personal account, business account. I accept the terms and conditions. So the label should be right here. And then this one should be here. And then this one, copy this, paste it here. I'm not sure. Go like this. Also over here. Okay. Do we add it on the left or right side? Let me see. Do we put this here? Like that? Because that's why it's complaining. Yeah, I think that's the case. Let's copy this, paste it here. Yeah, okay. Step 28. You only want one radio input to be selectable at a time. However, the form does not know the radio input are related. To relate the radio inputs, give them the same name, attribute, with a value of account type. Now, it's not possible to select both radio inputs at the same time. So name equals account type, and then name equals account type. Now only one of these can be selected. And that should work. Let's go to the next one. Step 29. Follow accessibility best practices by linking the input elements and the label elements in the second field set. Use personal account, business account, and terms and conditions as values for the respective ID attributes. Okay, following some. Use follow accessibility best practice by linking the input elements and label elements in the second field set. Let's copy this. Personal account. This is the 4, right? The 4 and the ID. So this one's a 4, if I'm not mistaken. This is, what is this account type? So this is personal account. And then the input, we want to associate this. The input, so we're going to set the same. Personal account. Then it's business account. Oh man, this is getting messy. Like, the formatting here is like super poor. So 4 equals business account. And then the input, we need ID equals business account. And the last one is terms and conditions. This is 4 equals, and where's input? ID. Let's check. Step 30. To finish this field set off, link the text, terms and conditions, and the third label to the following location. So it's this here. Let's copy this. Look at this. This is a mess. Finish the field set off, link the text, terms and conditions in the third label. So here's the third label. How do we do that though? Not really sure. Oh, like an anchor. How do you use an anchor again? To finish the field set off. So the label, where's the label? Goes from here to here. Let's all right. Let's see A, and is it H? Let me see. HTML anchor. Oh, it's href. And then, okay. Href equals the link. And do we close it here? should use an element to link the terms and conditions. Are we only supposed to, like, let me see, wrap this and then close it off here? So terms and conditions. Okay. All right, so we only do it here. Got it. Step 31. Moving on to the final field set. What if you wanted to allow a user to upload a profile picture? Well, the input type file allows you just that. Add a label with the text, upload a profile picture, and add an input accepting a file upload. I'm going to create an input. And then we're going to set the type equals to file. And add a label with the text, upload a profile picture. So we have to nest the label. We have to nest the label here. Label. Label. Okay. Load a profile picture. No vouch. Step 32. Add another label after the first with the text. Input your age. Let's do that. Label. What was the, okay. Input your age. And then we have years. Let me just copy this because I don't know if it's going to complain. It's not exactly like that. And then we need to close this label. And nest an input with the type of number. So input type equals number. Next, add a min attribute to the input. So min equals 13. With the value 13 because users under the age of 13 should not register. Also, users probably would not be over the age of 120. Okay, so we need to add a max. 120. Now, if someone tries to submit the form with values outside of the range, a warning will appear and the form will not submit. I know, but like, let me see. I have to fill out all of this. Oh, this is gonna complain. Oh. Yeah, it's gonna complain to the Gmail thing. Screw that. Just assume it works. Oops. Should give the input a max attribute with a value of 120. Try to add it equals. Nope. Stop. Okay. Next. Step 33. Adding a drop down to the form is easy with the select menu, select element. The select element is a container for a group of option elements, and the option element acts as a label for each drop down option. Both elements require closing tags. Start by adding a select element below the two labels to two label elements, then nest 5 option elements within the select element. Okay. So we need to add a select. Select. And then reset option. How many? 5. So let's copy this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's submit. Step 34. Nest the select element with its option elements within a label element with the text, "How did you hear about us?" The text should come before the select element. Okay, so we need to label and then a label. Then, how did you hear about us? Question mark. What happens if we select this? Oh, they're all empty. Step 35. The drop-down options are currently empty. To give them content, add the following text to each subsequent option element. Okay, let's just select this. It's the first one, second one, third one, fourth one, and other. Step 36. Submitting the form with an option selected would not send a useful value to the server. As such, each option needs to be given a value attribute without which the text content of the option will be submitted to the server. Give the first option a value of empty string and the subsequent option element value attributes from 1 to 4. So the first one, value, it's just an empty string. And the second one, value 1. Let's copy this. Just change this. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Check. Yep. Step 37. The text area element acts like an input element of type text, but comes with the added benefit of being able to receive multi-line text and an initial number of text rows and columns. Users will be able to register with a bio and a label with the text, provide a bio at the end of the field set, and add a text area element inside the label element. Note that the text area requires a closing tag. Add a label with the text, provide set after the label here. So label. What is it? Provide a label. Users will be able to register a label with the text. Provide a bio. At the end of the field set, add a text area. So let's text area. Elements inside the label element. Wait a minute. End of the field set, add a text area element inside the label. Oh, inside the label. Okay. Step 38. Link the application form element and their label element together. Where's the label? This one, right? So for equals profile picture. Wait. Oh, that's the form. Never mind. So it's this one. So it's here. For equals profile picture, and the input, the ID is going to be the same. Profile picture. And this one is going to be age. ID equals age. And this one for equals prefer. Should we link the select with the label? This with this. Let's see. ID equals. And then the bio for equals bio. And the text area ID equals bio. Let's test. Step 39. The text area appears too small. To give it an initial size, you can add the rows and calls attribute. Add an initial size of 3 rows and 30 columns. Where is the text area here? So rows 3. Oops. 3. and columns equals 30. To give campers an idea of what to put in their bio, the placeholder attribute is used. Placeholder accepts a text value which is displayed until the user starts typing. Give the text area a placeholder of "I like coding on the beach." Give the text area a placeholder. Where is it? Placeholder. I like coding on the beach. ... Step 41. What? This is looking like a mess. With form submission, it is useful and good practice to provide each submittable element with a name attribute. This attribute is used to identify the element in the form submission. Give each submittable element a unique name attribute of your choosing, except for the two radio buttons. Whoa, look at this. Oh, this is a mess. With form submissions, it is useful and good practice to provide each submittable element with a name attribute. Where's the... I assume the file profile? Is it this? Name equals file? No. Name equals file. Nope. Where's the file? I mean, it's... Put a profile picture, input ID, profile picture, type file. So is it here? Name equals file. So the number. So your age, where's the age? So name equals age. And is that it? Text area. That should be it. Step 42, the HTML for the registration form is finished. Now you can spruce it up a bit. Start by changing the font to Tahoma and the font size to 16 pixels in the body. Okay, so font Tahoma and font size is equal to 16 pixels. Oh, font family. Step 43, center the H1 and P elements by giving them a margin of 1 EM auto, then align their text in the center as well. So H1, and then the rules, margin 1 and P for paragraph. It's margin 1 EM auto, then align their text in the center as well. Does this thing do anything? Let me see. Text, align, center. See, I already forgot about this. And step 44, center the form element by giving it a margin of 0 auto. Then fix its size to a maximum width of 500 pixels. Add a minimum width of 300 pixels in between that range. Allow it to have a width of 660 VW, okay? Center the form element by giving it a margin of 0 auto. So form, margin, 0 auto. So width E equals 500 pixels. And a minimum width of 300. How do you set, like, oh, max width? Oops. And then min. This is 300. Then we just set the width to 60 VW. Okay. Let me go to the restroom real quick. All right. Step 45. During development, it is useful to see the field set default borders. However, they make the content appear too separated. Remove the border and add 2 rem of padding only to the top and bottom of each field set. Be sure to remove the padding from the left and right. Okay, so field set. Whoa. Field set. Am I lagging? Computer's lagging. Holy moly. Why is it doing this? It's like lagging. Okay, during development, it is useful to... Okay, so the border, 2 rem. Remove the border and add 2 rem of padding. How do we remove the border again? I actually don't know. Oh god, what's going on? Can use, okay, so border. Equals, oh. Yeah, I'm lagging. I don't know what's going on. None. CPU's at 10%. Remove the border and add 2 RM. So padding equals 2 rem. Only at the top and bottom of each. How do you set the top and bottom? I already forgot. You should remove the padding from the left and right of each field set. Sure to remove the padding from the left and right. Is it padding the left? Let me see. CSS. Padding. Padding top, padding right, padding left. We could do this too. The shorthand. This is top, right, bottom left. So it goes clockwise. I mean, okay. So we can do. Oh wait, but be sure to remove the padding from the left and right. The top. Do we need to separate them? Let me see. The space. And the bottom is 0. No, that's top. The right is 0. The bottom is 2 rem. And the left is 0. Let's see. Yeah. Step 46. To give the field set element a bit of separation, select them and give them a border bottom of 3 pixels, solid. And then this value, okay. let's border bottom. This is 3 pixels. Solid. And let me take this. All right. I am lagging, which is annoying. Step 47, the border. Let me just close this and this. The border of the last field set element looks a little out of place. You can select the last element of a specific type using the last of type. CSS pseudo class like this. E last of type. That will select the last P element, create a new selector that targets the last field set element and set its border bottom to none. Border of the last field set element looks a little out of place. Okay. Select the last P element, create a new selector that targets the last field set. We can do something like field set. I think it's this. This is like making my computer lag. I don't know, maybe. It's pretty bad. Last of type. That will select the last P element, create a new selector that targets the last field set element, and set its border bottom to none. So border bottom none. Step 48. It would be nicer to have the labeled text appear above the form elements. Select all input text area and select elements and make them take up the full width of their parent elements. Also add 10 pixels of margin to the top of the selected elements. Set other margins to 0. So we need to input text area. Is it with auto? How do we make it? How do we make the width? Make them take up the full width of their parent element. Is it like this? Forgot. Also add 10 pixels of margin to the top of the selected elements. Set the other margins to 0. So margin equals, so the top is 10. And then 0, 0, 0. Oh, 100%. Oh, shoot. Oh, so look at how it expands. So now they're the same size of their parent. Step 49. For the second field set, you want the input and label text to appear on the same line. Start by giving the input elements in the second field set a class of inline. So for the second field set, you want the input and label text to appear on the same line. Start by giving the input element in the second field set a class of inline. This is the first one. Oh, so I assume it's just this. Where is the input? Right here. So class. Man, this is lagging a lot. Class equals inline. Where's the other one? Here. And here. I think that's it. Let me check something because it's kind of lagging. So let me check something real quick. Yeah, I really don't know. I think it's just this. This is being really making my computer lag. So I want to get over this project so I can just move on to the next. Step 50, select only the .inline elements and give them width of unset. This will remove the earlier rule, which sets all the input elements to width 100. Select only the .inline. Dot inline. Is that what we're supposed to do? With unset. Step 51, add some space between the .inline element and the label text by giving a right margin of 0.05 em. By giving a right margin. Is it margin dash right? Whoops. Five em and all and set all the other margins to 0. So this is top, and then right, and then bottom, and then left. Step 52, if you look close enough, you will notice the .inline elements are too high on the line. To combat this, set the vertical line property to middle, okay? Okay. There it is. Middle. Let's see what that did. I mean, it's very subtle, but it's there. Step 53. To make the input and text area elements blend and with the background theme, set their background color to this color, then give them a 1 pixel solid border, the color of this. Okay. To make the input, and so input, then text area, background dash color. Let's get this pasted here. I give them a 1 pixel solid border with a color of border. So 1 px solid, and then the color. Wait, is that? No, it's just white. I mean, black. Black, not white. Step 54. Currently, if you type in the input or text area elements, you will not be able to see the text. Also, their height is too small to be easy to use. Fix this by setting the color to white and setting their min height to 2 em. So color, setting the color to that and setting their min height to em. Let's see. Yeah. Step 55. You want the select element to remain with the white background, but now it's not getting the same min height as the input and text area elements. Move the min height property and values so that all 3 element types have the same min height value, and the select element still has a white background. So we have to move the min height property and values so that all 3 element types have the same min height. Where's the select element? Oh, there it is. So we take this. Where is select? Step 56, to style the submit button, you can use an attribute selector, which selects an element based on the given attribute value. Here's an example. So to style the submit button, you can use an attribute selector, which selects an element based on the given attribute value. Here's an example. Above selects input elements with a name, attribute value, password. Now use the attribute selector to style the submit button with display of black. Okay. Input. Input. Whoops. Name. Wait. So we want to target all password attribute, just the password attribute. So display equals block width equals 60%. Submit. Submit button's all the way down there. Oh, type. Step 57 with a display of block. The submit button fits flush against the left edge of its parent. Use the same technique used to center the form to center the submit button. Let me see the form. We use this. Let me see. Origin 0. No. Just that. Step 58 to make the submit button look more in line with the rest of the form. Man, it's all the way down here. Give the same height as the other fields. Do EM. Also increase the font size to 1.1 rem. So font size 1.1 rem. And then the height to 2 EM. Give it the same height. Let me see. Yep. To make the submit button appear more distinct, give it a background color of, let's get this, copy this, copy this. So background color, border color, white. Lastly, for the submit button, you want to separate it from the field set above and adjust its width to never be below 300 pixels. Change the margin property to include 1 EM on the top and bottom while leaving the right and left margins to margin set to auto, then set the width as described above. Okay, change the margin property to include 1 EM. So the top is 1 EM, and then the bottom no, that's top right, bottom, and left. So this that's auto, and then auto. And then the width. Do we do this? Min width 300. Step 61. Most browsers inject their own default CSS properties and values for different elements. If you look closely, you might be able to notice the file input is smaller than the other text input elements. By default, a padding of 1 pixel, 2 pixels is given to input elements. You can type in using another attribute selector, style the input with a type of file to be the same padding as the other input elements. Okay. The file input. Look closely, you might be able to notice that the file input is smaller than the other text fields. Yeah, it's slightly smaller. Whoa. There are text input elements. By default, a padding of 1 pixel, 2 pixels given to the input elements. You can type in using another attribute selector. Okay. So it's this. The type is, I think it's file. And we need to set the padding. What's the padding? It'd be the same padding as the other input elements. Let me see what this says. Give the input type file padding of. So it's just 1 and 2, like that. All right. Speaking of padding, the submit button is sitting at the bottom of the form element. Add 2 EM of padding only to the bottom of the form. Let me see. It's all the way at the bottom here. Add 2 EM of padding only to the bottom of the form. Okay, so padding. So this is top, right, and the bottom is going to be 2 EM. Then the left is going to be 0. Last but not least, change the text color. Oh, we didn't see the padding. Now it has padding at the bottom. Last but not least, change the text color of the terms and conditions. Link to this color. And that's it. Change the color of the terms and conditions link. How do I, let me see, do I have to, oh, so I have to target. Is it like this? And then, oh no. I mean, it's all the anchors, right? Color. Yeah. Let me go to menu. Okay, so we finished this one. This one was 63. Okay. Man, I am lagging. Why am I lagging? It wasn't like this yesterday. Certification project, survey form. Okay, so this is the next one. Go back. I forgot to check. Oh man, we still have quite a bit. Learn the CSS box model by building a Rothko painting. Okay. So the next course, it's going to be this project survey form. This is one of the required projects to earn your certification. For this project, you will build a survey form to collect data from your users. All right, let me go to the restroom real quick. All right. So this is the first project objective: build an app that is functionally similar to this here. Whoa, okay. What is your favorite feature of freeCodeCamp? What would you like to see improved? Any comments or suggestions? So there's a background. We have this helmet, text fields. Okay. Can we just analyze the settings? No, what am I doing? Window. Okay, user stories. You should have a page title and an H1 element with an ID of title. And an H1 element with an ID of title. You should have a short explanation and a P element with an ID of description. Short explanation and a P element with an ID of description. So I assume it's like something like this. You should have a form element with an ID of survey form. Inside the form element, you are required to enter your name in an input field that has an ID of name and a type of text. Inside the form element, you are required to enter your email in an input field that has an ID of email. You enter an email that is not formatted correctly, you will see an HTML5 validation error. If you enter an email that is not formatted correctly, you will see an HTML5. Inside the form, you can enter a number to an input field. Be sure to add link browse style sheets in your HTML to link your style sheets and apply your CSS. Should have an ID. Should have an H1 element with an ID of title. Don't I have to like set up my project? Let me see styles. Why is there two here? Oh, okay. Index. Hmm. I don't know if I should leave this for another day. Let me see menu. Do we need to set up like, what is it? The doc. Let me see HTML. Yeah, this thing. Let's just get this. the page title and an h1 element was an ID of title. So let's delete this. Should I try? I don't know. I kind of like, I want to see if, I don't know what's causing the the computer to lag. I don't know if it's this website. But yeah. So ID title. Yeah, it's lagging. It's like, it's so annoying. Page titles and an h1 element with an ID of title. Okay, so what's the title? Survey. Okay, so now we need, I don't know why I deleted. Yeah, this does not give us like, all right. I want this to autocomplete. So like if I write a tag, it autocompletes the tag. It closes the, the HTML tag, but it doesn't do that. So here's the description. Description. And what does it want us to? So the ID is going to be ID equals description. You'd have a form element with an ID of survey form. Do we write the meta tags? I mean, I guess we can do something like curriculum. This. And we can open this in another tab. Yeah, the formatting is terrible though. I hate this. Let's add this. I don't know if this is, I mean, it's not required, but. Whoa, what happened? What happened to my code? No. Oh, God. Your code was saved to your browser's local storage. Was it? What is this? Oh, God. Build an app that is functionally similar to... Yeah. Let me take this, paste it here, and let's do this again. How do I save this? I just saved. Your code was saved to the database. Are you sure? Let me see. Survey form. Okay, so it's there. Oh God, okay. ID. What was this title? Yeah, I'm lagging. It's so annoying. I guess I'm gonna end it here, and tomorrow I'll try to figure something out. I'm gonna try to use a different, maybe, I don't know, VS Code to type this HTML. And yeah,